You see, if you translate what I am saying in terms of your values, in terms of ethical codes of conduct, you are really missing the point. It's not that I am against the moral codes of conduct. You see, they have a social value. You understand? So, for the smooth functioning of the societies, they were essential. But you will have to have some code of conduct for functioning in this world intelligently. See, otherwise there will be utter chaos in this world. So that is essential. That's a social problem. It is not an ethical problem. It's not a religious problem at all. So you have to separate the two things. But we are living in different world today. See, they are not because they are bad, but because they are unsuitable to the present occasion. So we have to find out some other way of keeping ourselves in harmony, see, with the world around us. But as long as you are in conflict within yourself, so long it is not possible for you to be in harmony with the society around you. So you are yourself responsible for that. I'm afraid if you translate these statements that I am making within the framework of your religious thinking, you are really missing the point. You know, it has nothing to do with it at all. I'm not suggesting that you should change yourself into something other than what you are. It is just not possible. I am not trying to free you from anything. So I don't think there is any purpose in this talking. But in the light of the description, maybe you will realize that the image you have of whatever you are after has no relationship whatsoever. So you can brush aside this, see my description and say it is nonsense. That's your privilege. But maybe, see, it will occur to you that the image you have of your goal or image of what you are going to be one day, through all the effort and will which you are using, has absolutely no relationship whatsoever with what I am describing. This is not really what you are interested in. You know, I was telling you the other day, I wish I could give you just a glimpse of it. You see, you know, not glimpse in the sense in which you use the word glimpse. A touch of it is, you wouldn't want to touch this at all. And what you want, what you are interested in, doesn't exist. You can have lot of petty experiences. If that is what you are interested in, you do all the meditations, do everything you want. You see, you will have lots of them. It's a lot easier to experience those things by taking drugs. I'm not recommending drugs, you know. They are the same, you know, exactly the same. And the doctors say that will damage the brain, you see, or something. This will also damage the brain if it is done very seriously, some of those things. You know. That's why they have all gone crazy. Jumped into the river and killed themselves. You know. They did all kinds of things. Locked themselves up in caves because they couldn't face it. You know. So you see, it's not possible for you to watch your thoughts. It's not possible for you to watch every step you take. You see, to drive you can't walk. You know, that's not what is meant by this idea that you should be aware of everything. Watch your thought. How is it possible for you to watch every thought of yours? And for what you want to watch your thoughts? What for? Control. It's not possible for you to control. It is a tremendous momentum, you see. When you succeed in your imagination that you have controlled your thoughts and experience some space between two thoughts, or some state of thoughtless state, or whatever you want to call it, you feel that you are getting somewhere. You see, that is a thought-induced state of thoughtless state. See, that's a thought-induced space between two thoughts. The fact that you experience those states, space between two thoughts and thoughtless state, means that the thought was very, very, very much there. You know, so it surfaces afterwards. You know, like the river Rhone, you know, flows through France. Somewhere it disappears and then comes up again. So it has gone underground. That does not mean that the river is not there. It is still there. You can't use it for purposes of navigation, but ultimately it comes up again and reaches the ocean. In exactly the same way, through all these things you are pushing it down, you see, to the subterranean regions, and feel that you are experiencing something extraordinary, but it surfaces, and then you find that, you see, those thoughts are welling up inside of you. Anything you are not aware that you are breathing now. You don't have to be conscious of your breathing. What for do you want to be conscious of your breathing? To control your breathing. You know, expand your lungs, do what you like, you see, your chest, that's a different matter. But why do you want to be aware, you see, of the movement of breath from the origin to the end, whatever is the end? Then you suddenly become, you see, conscious of your breathing. So your breath and thought are very closely related. That's why you want to control your breath. And that in a way is controlling the thought for a while. But if you hold your breath for long, you see, it's going to choke you to death. In exactly the same way, anything you do to hold it, block the flow of thoughts, is going to choke you to death, literally to death. So, or it will damage something there. It's a very powerful vibration. Thought is, after all, a vibration. What is thought? Extraordinary vibration. It is like an atom, you know. So you can't play with those things at all, except the petty experiences you have when you manipulate those things. For what purpose? You are not going to reach your goal of completely controlling your thought. It has to function in its own way, in its disconnected, disjointed way. That is something which cannot be brought about through any effort of yours. It has to fall into its normal rhythm. So even if you want to make it fall into the normal rhythm, you are adding momentum to that. So that has a life of its own. It has unfortunately established a parallel life with the movement of life. These two are always in conflict. So that will come to an end only when that body becomes, you see, as I was saying yesterday, you see, the thought has become the master of this body. You see, it's not has totally mastered the whole thing. It is still trying to control everything that is there. So you cannot put the servant out of the household, no matter what you do. If you forcibly do it, you see, he will burn the whole household, and then only, knowing very well that he will also be burned. It's a foolish thing for it, but that's what it's going to do if you try. So, but don't push these similes to the logical conclusions. But you'll find out for yourself when you do these things, you know, not just take them lightly. You take them lightly and play with them, that's all right. Toys.